Imagine standing at a crossroads, surrounded by people debating how society should be organized. This is the world of political ideologies, a landscape shaped by centuries of thought, revolution, and hope. Today we embark on a journey through the major political ideologies that have shaped nations and lives. From the birth of liberalism to the rise of environmentalism, each idea tells a story of dreams, struggles, and visions for a better world. Let's walk together through this fascinating evolution, understanding not just definitions, but the living spirit behind each ideology. Liberalism is the belief in individual freedom, equality before the law, and limited government. At its heart, it values personal rights and the idea that everyone should have the chance to pursue happiness. Core principles include individual liberty, rule of law, free markets, and democracy. Think of the United States or the United Kingdom, countries where personal freedoms are celebrated. Imagine a classroom where every student can choose their own project. That's liberalism in action. Advantages include protection of rights and innovation, but critics say it can ignore social inequalities. Compared to conservatism, liberalism is more open to change. In short, liberalism is the ideology of freedom and opportunity. Classical liberalism is the original form of liberalism, emphasizing minimal government and maximum individual freedom. It believes the state should only protect life, liberty, and property. Core principles: limited government, free markets, private property, and civil liberties. The 19th century UK is a classic example. Picture a town where everyone runs their own business with little interference. Advantages: economic growth and innovation. Disadvantages can lead to inequality and neglect of the poor. Compared to modern liberalism, it's less supportive of government welfare. One-line summary: classical liberalism is about freedom with minimal state control. Modern liberalism adapts the old ideas to new realities. It supports individual freedom but also believes government should help ensure social justice. Core principles: welfare state, regulation, equal opportunity, and civil rights. Think of Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal in the US. Imagine a school where everyone gets extra help if they need it. Advantages: reduces poverty and promotes fairness. Disadvantages: can lead to bureaucracy and high taxes. Compared to classical liberalism, it supports more government intervention. In a nutshell, modern liberalism blends freedom with social responsibility. Socialism dreams of a society where wealth and power are shared more equally. It believes the government should play a big role in the economy to ensure fairness. Core principles: collective ownership, economic planning, social welfare, and equality. Sweden and Cuba offer real-world examples. Imagine a group project where everyone shares the grade and the work. Advantages: reduces inequality and provides social safety nets. Disadvantages: can limit individual initiative and efficiency. Compared to capitalism, socialism puts society before profit. In short, socialism is about equality and shared prosperity. Democratic socialism combines democracy with socialist economics. It believes people should decide through voting how resources are shared. Core principles: democracy, social ownership, welfare, and civil liberties. Think of countries like Denmark. Imagine a club where members vote on how to spend money for everyone's benefit. Advantages: combines fairness with freedom. Disadvantages: can be expensive and slow to change. Compared to socialism, it insists on democracy. One-line summary: democratic socialism is socialism with a democratic heart. Marxism, founded by Karl Marx, sees history as a struggle between classes. It argues that workers should control production, not capitalists. Core principles: class struggle, historical materialism, revolution, and a classless society. The Russian Revolution is a famous example. Imagine workers in a factory demanding to own it together. Advantages: aims for equality and justice. Disadvantages: can lead to conflict and instability. Compared to socialism, Marxism is more revolutionary. In one line, Marxism is about workers uniting to change society. Communism is the final goal of Marxism, a society with no classes and no state. Everything is shared and everyone works according to ability and receives according to need. Core principles: common ownership, no private property, classless society, and statelessness. The Soviet Union tried to build this. Imagine a family where everyone shares everything equally. Advantages: aims for total equality. Disadvantages: has led to authoritarian regimes and economic problems. Compared to Marxism, communism is the end goal, not the process. One-line summary: communism is a classless, stateless society of equals. Capitalism is an economic system where private individuals own businesses and resources. Prices and production are set by the market, not the government. Core principles: private property, competition, profit motive, and free markets. The United States is a leading example. Imagine a fair where everyone sets up their own stall and competes to sell the best goods. Advantages: encourages innovation and growth. Disadvantages: can create inequality and boom-bust cycle. Compared to socialism, capitalism puts profit before equality. In short, capitalism is about markets, competition, and private ownership. Fascism is a far-right ideology that values the nation or race above individuals. It demands total loyalty to a strong leader and suppresses opposition. Core principles: authoritarianism, nationalism, militarism, and anti-communism. Italy under Mussolini is a classic example. Imagine a school where one principal makes all decisions and dissent is punished. Advantages: can create unity and order. Disadvantages: destroys freedom and can lead to violence. Compared to nationalism, fascism is more extreme and dictatorial. One-line summary: fascism is extreme nationalism with total control. Nazism or National Socialism is a form of fascism with a focus on racial purity and anti-Semitism. It believes in the superiority of one race and uses violence to achieve its goals. Core principles: racism, totalitarianism, militarism, and anti-communism. Nazi Germany under Hitler is the most infamous example. Imagine a club that only allows certain people and punishes others harshly. Advantages: none widely recognized. Its legacy is overwhelmingly negative. Disadvantages: led to genocide and world war. Compared to fascism, Nazism is more racist and violent. One-line summary: Nazism is fascism with deadly racism. Conservatism values tradition, stability, and gradual change. It believes society should preserve what works and be cautious about new ideas. Core principles: tradition, order, gradual reform, and respect for authority. The UK's Conservative Party is a good example. Imagine a family that keeps old customs alive. Advantages: provide stability and continuity. Disadvantages: can resist necessary progress. Compared to liberalism, conservatism is less open to change. One-line summary: conservatism is about preserving tradition and order. Libertarianism believes in the smallest possible government and the greatest individual freedom. It wants the state to interfere as little as possible in people's lives. Core principles: individual liberty, free markets, voluntary association, and minimal state. The U.S. Libertarian Party is an example. Imagine a neighborhood where everyone minds their own business and helps only if asked. Advantages: protects freedom and innovation. Disadvantages: can neglect the vulnerable. Compared to liberalism, libertarianism wants even less government. One-line summary: libertarianism is extreme freedom with minimal government. Anarchism dreams of a society without rulers or government. It believes people can organize themselves freely and cooperatively. Core principles: anti-authoritarianism, voluntary cooperation, self-management, and mutual aid. Historical examples include some Spanish Civil War communities. Imagine a group project with no leader where everyone decides together. Advantages: maximum freedom and equality. Disadvantages: can lead to chaos or lack of coordination. Compared to libertarianism, anarchism rejects all forms of imposed authority. One-line summary: anarchism is a society without rulers or government. Feminism seeks equal rights and opportunities for all genders, especially women. It challenges discrimination and aims for social, political, and economic equality. Core principles: gender equality, empowerment, anti-discrimination, and social justice. The global women's suffrage movement is a key example. Imagine a workplace where everyone, regardless of gender, gets equal pay and respect. Advantages: promotes justice and inclusion. Disadvantages: sometimes faces backlash or misunderstanding. Compared to liberalism, feminism focuses specifically on gender. One-line summary: feminism is the fight for gender equality. Environmentalism or green politics prioritizes protecting the planet and promoting sustainable living. It believes humans must live in harmony with nature. Core principles: sustainability, conservation, renewable energy, and ecological justice. The Green Party in Germany is a real-world example. Imagine a city where everyone recycles and uses clean energy. Advantages: protects the environment and future generations. Disadvantages: can conflict with economic growth. Compared to socialism, environmentalism puts nature at the center. One-line summary: environmentalism is politics for the planet. Nationalism is the belief that a nation should govern itself, free from outside interference. It values national identity, culture, and sovereignty. Core principles: national self-determination, unity, pride, and independence. India's independence movement is a famous example. Imagine a sports team that wants to play by its own rules. Advantages: fosters unity and pride. Disadvantages: can lead to exclusion or conflict. Compared to patriotism, nationalism is more political and assertive. One-line summary: nationalism is about self-rule and national pride. Secularism is the principle of separating religion from government. It ensures that laws and policies are made without religious influence. Core principles: religious neutrality, freedom of belief, equal treatment, and state independence. France is a leading example. Imagine a school where everyone can practice any religion but rules are the same for all. Advantages: protects freedom and diversity. Disadvantages: can be seen as hostile to religion. Compared to religious fundamentalism, secularism values neutrality. One-line summary: secularism keeps religion and government separate. Religious fundamentalism insists that society should be governed by strict religious laws and traditions. It believes religious texts are the ultimate authority. Core principles: literalism, tradition, moral codes, and authority of scripture. Iran's theocracy is a real-world example. Imagine a school where all rules come from one holy book. Advantages: provides clear moral guidance. Disadvantages: can suppress freedom and diversity. Compared to secularism, fundamentalism puts religion above all. One-line summary: religious fundamentalism is rule by faith in scripture. Populism claims to represent the common people against elites. It can appear on the left or right and often uses dramatic language. Core principles: anti-elitism, direct appeal to people, charismatic leadership, and simplicity. Leaders like Hugo Chavez in Venezuela are examples. Imagine a class president promising to fix all problems by listening only to students. Advantages: can energize democracy and highlight real issues. Disadvantages: can oversimplify problems and encourage division. Compared to liberalism, populism is more emotional and anti-establishment. One-line summary: populism is politics for the people against the elite. Let's visualize how these ideologies evolved and relate to each other. Classical liberalism, right arrow; modern liberalism, right arrow; socialism, right arrow; Marxism, right arrow; communism. Liberalism, right arrow; libertarianism. Socialism, right arrow; democratic socialism. Fascism, right arrow; Nazism. Liberalism/conservatism, right arrow; feminism, environmentalism. Secularism, left, right arrow; religious fundamentalism. Nationalism, right arrow; populism. Each ideology is a response to the challenges of its time, building on or reacting against what came before. This journey shows how ideas grow, clash, and sometimes blend, shaping the world we live in. Here's a simple table to compare the ideologies. Ideology key principle role of state focus. Liberalism freedom limited individual. Classical liberalism minimal state minimal individual. Modern liberalism welfare active individual. Socialism equality strong society. Democratic socialism fairness plus democracy strong society. Marxism class struggle revolutionary workers. Communism classless society stateless. Capitalism markets minimal profit. Fascism nation above all total nation. Nazism racial purity total race nation. Conservatism tradition moderate stability. Libertarianism maximum freedom minimal individual. Anarchism no rulers none freedom. Feminism gender equality varies justice. Environmentalism sustainability varies nature. Nationalism self-rule varies nation. Secularism separation neutral state. Religious fund faith rules total religion. Populism people versus elite varies people. This table is your quick revision guide. Remember, ideologies are not just theories, they are living stories shaping nations and lives every day.